Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to Stress Reset and Community Fit. I'm James and I'm super excited you are here today. This is the last week of this block of classes, but don't worry, we'll be back in August. I thought we would spend some time today introducing, well, kind of wrapping things up. So I've dropped in a question into the chat and I'd love you to think about it. And if you have an opportunity, answer it. And that is, just sort of a thought. I've learned over the past few weeks, fill in the blank. And it's helped me to fill in the blank. I'm just curious. Over the past few weeks, what have you learned that's really helped you through life? Because again, stress reset is all about moving away from the idea that stress is something to be avoided, stress is something to be ignored, and even that there are tools that will help you be better at stress. Instead, what we're moving towards is the understanding that stress is normal. It is something that our bodies go through, and the tools that we're using, the rubbing of the hands, the breathing, the exercises are really a way for us to reorient our experience, reorient ourselves toward feeling better, toward feeling satisfied, toward feeling whole again. So moving away from the idea that there are tricks and tools that sort of get rid of stress towards how do I begin to reorient myself towards feeling better, towards feeling regulated. So thinking about that as we explore today, we're going to get started with a revisiting of some of the tools we've played with over the past few weeks and adding in a new thought process around it. And then we'll meet again once more in this series and sort of have a recap of everything. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to think back. If you've been with me over the past few weeks, I want you to think back to your favorite breathing technique, and I want you to do it now. Yep, just go ahead and start doing the breathing technique that you've recalled, resourced from these past few weeks, that you've been practicing, that you know is going to get you centered and grounded. Practice it now. If you're new and you're like, I don't know what to do, let's go ahead and go into the physiologic side. 2 quick inhales, long, slow exhalation. Inhale, inhale. Hopefully, if you were doing your breathing technique, you have not switched over to physiologic side. Hopefully, you're doing yours. Inhale, inhale. Couple more of whatever it is you're doing now. Then bring your hands together, get them warmed, and put your warmed up hands wherever it is you know they need to go in order to help you feel better, in order to help you feel more grounded, more centered, more regulated. Put them wherever that is. Just be there with that. Maybe breathe into that. If you're new and you're like, I need some help here, this is where I would put mine today. Letting out some sighs. Then everyone together, right hand onto left side of the throat. Big, heavy hand draws to the middle as I twist my face. Other hand, other side. Big, heavy hand draws towards the middle as I twist to look over that shoulder. One more each side. Big, heavy hand. Last one over here. Big, heavy hand. From there, everyone together, just a little jaw massage. Now, you can continue to do that jaw massage, or you can go into the tapping, the holding, the stroking, the warm hands on your face, whatever makes you feel good. This is me giving you an opportunity to figure it out. Me giving you an opportunity to recall, what have I learned and what do I actually need to remember? What are the things that I've collected over these few weeks? If you're new to class today, maybe just do a little face tap. A little holding. All of us together. Take your index and your thumbs. Go ahead and grab a hold of your ears, and you're going to pull your ears outwards and backwards. So it's a little gentle tug out and a very gentle tug backwards. You're just going to be there. And I want you to note which side feels more congested, which side feels more stuck, which side feels more sensitive. Good. Release that. Start to rock side to side. Think to yourself, do I have freedom in my spine to rock and move side to side, or where does it feel stuck? Does it feel like my sacrum and tailbone spine is moving here, or does it feel stuck? Does it feel like my low back spine is moving, or does it feel stuck? Does it feel like my rib spine is moving, or does it feel stuck? How about my neck and my head spine? Does it feel stuck? There's nothing wrong with it. That's just your body holding tension. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's sensing danger of some sort and going, nope, don't move here. Your job is to first just be aware of it, because without awareness, there's no choice. Without awareness, there's no ability to be moved by life. You're just sort of frozen and stuck. So we're not trying to fix anything. You're not broken. We're simply trying to create an awareness through movement. Where am I willing and ready to move and be moved today? Then just start to look around your room. Take your time. Let the room come to you. Let yourself be passive in the looking process. You're just orienting yourself into the space. And see if you can see things that are up close to you. And then how far away can you see? If you have access to a window, can I see beyond the room to whatever I see out of the window? Tops of trees, mountains, people, buildings. And then as I look in the room, what's the closest things to me? And then in the room, what's the furthest things away from me in the room? If I have access to an open door, a window of some sort, can I see beyond the space? I'm just orienting myself to where I am right now. Now, eyesight is huge for humans, one of our top senses, but maybe you want to orient yourself to hearing, to sound. What do I hear in the room? Maybe it's how I breathe. Maybe it's the buzz of the room. What do I feel in the room? Maybe it's what I'm sitting on or standing or laying on. Maybe it's my clothing. Maybe it's the temperature. How do you need to orient yourself into your space right now so that your body, your system knows you're right here? You're not somewhere else, you're here. Once you have that and a feeling, a knowingness that you're right here, right now, I want you to take your left hand out in front of you. You're going to move your left hand out to the left as you watch it. Left hand meets the floor and you twist your body to look at that, and you're going to take an inhale back here. Exhale, you sit down, you move your left hand out in front of you. Once you release it, your right hand goes out in front of you. You track it with your eyes as it moves and finds itself. Now, there's nothing special about this leg orientation. I can do this. Take an inhale. Watch your hand as it comes back. Let your other hand move. Then the other hand. Now you have 2 more to each side, but this time instead of watching your hand, you're going to let your eyes just intake the room. It's like that old game of someone bringing around a tray and you have 30 seconds to memorize everything on the tray. It's like that. What from this room can I memorize, can I take in right now? As I twist, inhale, exhale. What from this room can I memorize, take in right now? Twist to the other side. One more to each side. And find your center, just rolling through the shoulders, maybe one at a time or both at a time, makes no difference. You're just noticing which side feels tighter, which side feels less tight. Then rub your hands together. The side that needs some extra TLC, some extra love, the side that's maybe congested or tired or resistant to movement, you're just gonna place a warm hand there. Just be there. Might want to do a little rub. Good. Then pick your hands up. Start to shake them. Notice the shake. Does it feel programmed? Does it feel like you're not actually doing a shake, but maybe some kind of dance? And can it just be a shake? Can the arms be shook? Can the body be shook? Can the whole system be shook? Where are you resistant to shaking and to movement? Not that there's anything wrong with you. That's your body doing what it's supposed to do. It's holding tension because it doesn't feel safe to move there. So maybe you need to and just hold or hold, 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 whatever it is. Maybe you need to take some breath into that spot and remind that portion of your body, that portion of yourself, you are alive there. Your knee is alive, your shoulder is alive. It has a job to do. Currently, it thinks its job is to hold and protect you from some sort of stress, harm, trauma, thing that it's detecting, probably unconsciously. Your job is to remind yourself, I'm safe. I'm okay right now. And if you're not okay right now, go, thank you for being tight. Thank you for holding. Thank you for bracing. You're doing a beautiful job of protecting me. Thank you, body. Taking a moment to see how is that internal story matching up with reality. Do I need to hold, protect, brace, be resistant, or can I dilate open? Can I open myself up to be moved by life and aliveness itself? Then go inside of your own body, whether you want your eyes opened or closed. We're going to do our spaciousness exercise. Where in my body, where in your body do you feel exceptionally spacious right now? Especially open and willing to be moved and move through life. Where do I feel spaciousness inside of me right now? And what does that feel like? How do I know that right there is spaciousness? If I had to, and it's difficult because what we're dealing with here is pre-articulate feelings. Pre-articulate means that they happen before, they are bigger, they are more foundational than words. It makes it really, really hard. So if you find yourself going, well, it kind of feels like this, and you're in the right place. There are not words for how you know spaciousness. There's feeling. So what does it feel like to know spaciousness? That's where your body is willing and open and ready to be moved through life. That is where you are not holding tension. That is where your body feels safe and okay. So if you're like, I don't know, James, I don't feel this, maybe check in. How do I need to open up to being spacious? Maybe I'm not in a place. Maybe you're not in a place. Maybe stress levels are that high. Trauma is that high. The environment is that unsafe right now. And that's okay. Like, I don't feel safe enough right now to be spacious. Maybe your body is doing exactly what it should be doing. But if you do have an opportunity to qualify, to notice, to be aware of spaciousness, what does it feel like? Then go somewhere that feels less spacious. Maybe it's your knee, maybe it's your shoulder. Pro tip, anywhere that was refusant to shake, anywhere that was refusant to move, anywhere that was refusant to breathe is probably where you're lacking spaciousness. Go there. See what that feels like. What does that feel like? How do I know that it's less spacious? Because if I'm unaware of how to notice spaciousness versus lack of spaciousness, I have no choice in what I'm doing. I'm only able to react to life. These are the people that go, well, I have to be stressed because my boss did this. My boss is making me stressed. People who have access to spaciousness, access to these tools, who have an embodiment of these practices go, my boss is doing this, I feel this way, how do I want to respond? What do I want my experience to be within this container? And the more you practice it, the more you're able to respond versus react. It's not perfect. You're human, you're gonna mess up, part of life. But the more you practice, the more you are aware of it, the clearer you get on what does it feel like to be spacious and open and free versus contracted, congested, and restricted. The more you are able to go, oh, this is what I want to feel like. How do I get over here? What are the choices I need to make right now? Maybe it's tools, maybe it's environment. What do I need to do right now? Good. Now take a nice deep inhale. Big exhale. I'm going to take you into a practice we have not done yet. This again comes from psychological fitness. Often we are so used to noticing and being present and conscious from the front of our brain. That area of the brain is storyteller theater. That's where all of those expectations, all of that shame, all of that stress, all of that history lives. But there are other options, there are other ways of being present with yourself, with your experience, and with other people. In the Western cultures, we just are not taught this. But if you look at traditional cultures, if you look at traditional wisdoms, ancient wisdoms, these practices are there. Traditional Chinese medicine, Hinduism, yoga, martial arts, dance, these things are there. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to begin to look around your room. And I want you to imagine you solely exist from the front of your brain. It's like it's a telescope looking out of you are actively looking out of your eyes through the front of your head. It's like all of your beingness sucks up. This should feel pretty familiar. This is how most of us are. And just kind of look. Just kind of notice your experience with being in your room from that place. Then, whether you want your eyes opened or closed, see if you can walk through a brain hallway as if you're moving from the front of the head to the middle of the brain. It's like you've just made a choice to not be in the front, but be in the middle. For some of you, this is going to be difficult. I did not say it was easy. Maybe you just need to go back into the breathing exercises. Maybe you just need to notice spaciousness today. But for a lot of us, we're now able to get into the middle of our head, middle of the brain. If you recall, if you were with me on the sits bones meditation, allowing the sits bones to get wide, allowing the head to get wide, opening up, dilating open. This is what I'm talking about. Get into the middle of your brain, middle of yourself. Begin to look around the room. What words come up for you now as you look through the middle of yourself, the center of your brain, the center of your selfness, and you're looking around the room? Did it change at all? That's for you to answer. Now, here comes a dramatic one. Put your hands on your low belly, below your belly button somewhere. I want you to imagine you're taking an elevator from the center of your head down into your low, low belly. Sometimes it's called a root chakra. Sometimes it's called a hara. Sometimes it's down in the gut of your belly. Anatomically, what we're talking about is the guts. You have a vagus nerve that branches down and is most prevalent down in the gut. So when we say gut feeling, gut instincts, surprise, there's an actual nerve for that. This doesn't lie. This doesn't have stories that it tells. So can I center my experience, organize my experience, be in my low belly? For some of you, the answer is no. No, I can't, because it's that foreign to me. For some of you, the answer is up and there. How does it feel to be present from your low, low belly? If I'm going to share my experience, when I'm up in the front of my brain, it's kind of tin-y. It's kind of metallic. It's very shallow depth of field. It's very bright. As I get into the middle of my brain, things get a little softer. I receive the room a little bit differently. When I'm down here, for me, it's explicitly warm. There's a warm feeling, a softening. Now, for you, it may be different. You may have different words. Now, a very hard one. Put your hands on your heart. If I was to take the elevator of my experience up into my heart, can I be present in my heart? And look around the room. Now, this is hard because the heart center, would you be surprised to know you have more electromagnetic field, more information coming from the heart center? There's more electrical information coming from here than there is in the brain. So this area of your body has more information happening, sending out information about what you're experiencing, about the world around you, than this. So it makes it hard. It's also, in our culture, holding your heart, keeping your heart, or sharing your heart is very, very weighted. So I'm not surprised. This takes a long time to feel, but it takes practice. What does it feel like to be in my heart space? Then, here's the biggie. Can I be present down in my belly, in my heart, in my head, in my full body? Can I intake the room? Can I intake my experience from the fullness of myself? Where am I more spacious and ready to do that? Where am I less? What of the practices I've learned today and over the past few weeks will prime and open and prepare myself to be more present with reality, with what is going on in the world, and not get caught up in expectations, not get caught up in stress, but be able to metabolize it. Out of everything I've given you, spaciousness and this, in my opinion, the most important. These are your litmus tests. These are your, am I doing it right? These are the, am I getting better questions. Can I be present here? Can I know and describe spaciousness? And can I know and describe lack of? Take a nice deep inhale. Big exhalation. Nice deep inhale. Big, big, big exhalation. Now, if you remember the tension and trauma release exercises, and do you tend to hold stress down in the low body, up in the neck and shoulders, or in the center, go to those practices. Where do you need to release some stress from today's class, from your life? Do I need to do the bridging exercise, the belly rub exercise, the neck and shoulder exercise? If you cannot remember them, or if you are new. Low body, I put my feet together. I squeeze my glutes, bridge up, hold it for about a minute or so, come down, let my legs shake. You can find them in previous videos. If I need to release it from my midsection, my belly, I put my hands on my stomach. I gently compress the water balloon of my stomach, and then I kind of circulate around it, noticing where it feels tense and tight, again, in previous videos. If it's up here in the shoulders, I can hold on here, squeeze, and move through here, and up, again, in previous videos. If it's my whole body, maybe I go into some shaking or floppy fish. Moving and shaking. How do I let that process? Because again, stress is natural. It's a body response to unsafety happening. Anxiety, well, let me say this. Stress is a response. Tension is what it feels like when your body physically responds to stress. Things get tight. Things get stuck. When you say I have a tense neck, it's because your body there is sensing danger of some sort. Anxiety is when you've experienced enough stress, enough tension, either in a space or over a specific moment, that your body has now come to anticipate that event, that space, == stress. I have anxiety about going to work. I have social anxiety. I have anxiety about driving. It always feels stressful. Trauma is when the stress, the anxiety, the tension was so big that it got stored and trapped in the body at an unconscious level. Or it has happened so repetitively, every single time I do this thing, I get stressed. I'm met with resistance. And so now I have a trauma around this. So stress and trauma, same thing. Just depends on how much and where it's stored in the body. And is it conscious or is it unconscious? So these tools, these tips, these ideas are about releasing and making yourself more able to respond to the world around you in the moment, and over time metabolizing and unraveling tension, anxiety, and trauma in the body. There's not a, I can't tell you how to do that. The guiding light is what of these practices feel good to do. And it is your job to then do them. It's your job to then do them in the body, the breathing exercises, the shaking, the release work. Not because that is the thing that stops stress, but because that is the thing that recalibrates your experience to good feeling. Oh God, it feels so good to do this. Oh, it feels so good. I don't know why doing this feels good, but it sure does. This breathing exercise is the one I prefer. I don't like that one. Don't do that one. Do the one you prefer. Then over time, making a correlation between what you're feeling in your body and what you're thinking up here. How would I describe that feeling? How would I know I want more of that? How would I describe the feeling of being here? How do I know that versus here? Up here, it's like really anxious. It's very tinny. It's very bright. Down here, it's warmer. It's softer. How do I get down into my body and make more and better decisions, more responsible decisions from down in my body? So that, and here's what I want to leave you with today, so that you are more willing to be liberated by life. As life and aliveness happens to you, that you are less stuck in the, this happened to me, so I have to this. And instead going, this happened to me, this is an opportunity to learn and respond and unfold into this new way of being. How do you learn to be more willing to be open and free all the time? So that you are more willing to smile and more willing to notice satisfaction, spaciousness, and aliveness in your body. and orient yourself in that direction. So I want you to think back, if you've been with me, and if you haven't, go back, the videos are available to you. What from this feels really important to hold on to and stick in your pocket? Now knowing why and where we're going with this. And meet me back here on Friday when we have a little best of. We're gonna go back through our history and sort of hit all of the little things. If you're like, I think it's this, but it's not this, I don't remember. We're gonna hit it on Friday. In the meantime, keep practicing. This is not a, and I'm done, look at this. This is a life practice. This is work for life. So thank you so much. I'm excited to see, I see some of you have answered. We're gonna open up the chat and I'm available. So thanks everybody.
Thank you, James. I've got that unstable internet connection notice again.
Oh,
so
no worries.
Put my face on, but yeah, we've got some great responses. Looks like Linda there was saying that, oh, I just lost it because somebody else wrote it.
Linda says, over the past few weeks, I've learned to be more aware of the little messages my body is sending me. This has helped me respond more quickly. Yes. Same here for Alicia. What do we have? Some thoughts to your questions. Scheduling this time for myself is nice, and knowing why I'll have a good session makes it better. Nice.
Yeah. Time to rest. Yes. Fabulous.
Good. Very good, everybody. Thank you so much. And as I said, if you have more questions about this, you can always find me at jamescrater.com. The email is james@jamescrater.com. We have one more class in this session, and then judging by the feedback, I think this class will probably be back in August. So we're going to have a whole... Yeah. This feels like a good one to keep, Alicia.
Yeah, I think we should keep this one.
So we'll be back in August for another round of similar stuff, but adding to this. So it will be for people joining. If you have friends, if you have family, loved ones, acquaintances, they can join. They won't be left out. And if you've been with me this whole time, there's more. There's a lot more. So we'll add to it.
Fabulous. Yes. So yeah, so we have a Move Lab tomorrow, right? And then Stress Reset on Friday. And yeah, and then you can also get the recordings on our website, which is choosewha.com/CommunityFIT. And looking forward to tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
We appreciate you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, Alicia. Bye, Raymond.
Bye, James. Bye, Raymond.